Hey everyone, I am finally back for my 18,000 subscribers special Q&A. Once again, thank you all so much for all your support. It really means a lot to me. Now, before we get to your questions, I have a couple pieces of business to get to. First of all, in anticipation of me hitting 19,000 subs, which will probably happen by the time you see this, I thought I'd give you guys the heads up on that one. So, the same rules as always. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please limit yourself to just one question. And third, please use the hashtag AskUltra19K to help me find your questions. Now, our next piece of business is a little awkward for me. I've mentioned before that I want to do something with my YouTube memberships or Patreon. And with certain, changes in my life coming up in the new year and beyond, I anticipate a lot of extra expenses, if you know what I mean. Yes, let's put it that way without getting into any gross specifics. So I really need to start my YouTube memberships or Patreon or both very soon. The question is, what kind of incentives would you want to see from either of these? Should they have different ones? Maybe some are similar. For example, I was thinking of starting a Discord. That would probably be a shared exclusive. So whether you're a Patreon member or a YouTube member, you'd still get access to that. Same with having your name in the credits. That would be another easy one to do. Although maybe some things should be separate. For example, I thought about making videos about my personal life as a Patreon exclusive. Particularly with this whole journey that I'll be starting on, since I know most of you are probably here just for Transformers. I can see why posting that stuff on YouTube may not interest you. Plus, it would probably screw up the YouTube algorithm for me too. Also, maybe I'll do some more podcast-style videos talking about things that aren't Transformers, but are in that pop culture wheelhouse as YouTube membership exclusives. That way, it's at least a little bit related, but not as personal. Or, maybe I should just start doing live streams like my buddy Protoman. Then you guys can super chat your questions. Heck, why aren't I doing that already? Oh, right. Anyways, let me know what you think. What kind of incentives would you like? And what prices or tier levels should they be? And our final piece of business is that I'll be changing the schedule. Because I want to spend more time on myself this new year, I decided that the best option would be to switch to a bi-weekly schedule. It was either that, or make my reviews only a couple minutes long, or to just axe half of my reviews. So the new schedule will be, on the first week, Monday is G1, Wednesday is Beast Wars, Friday is Prime, then the next week it'll be Sunday is a free space, Tuesday is J-Decker, Thursday is Armada, and finally, Saturday is Rescue Bots. And then it repeats. So Monday G1, Wednesday Beast Wars, Friday Prime, Sunday Free Space, Tuesday J-Decker, Thursday Armada, and Saturday Rescue Bots. Hopefully that's easy to understand. It does mean that I'll basically be doing a video every other day. That is, except for the Sunday Free Space, which I'll use for the Beast Wars comic reviews, or subscriber specials, or top 10s, or something like that. Or I could just do nothing and take the day off. Sometimes I need an extra day to work on another video, or I really do just need a day off. We'll see. But hopefully this gives me the extra time that I'll need to make me a happier, healthier Ultra Primal. And I hope you all understand. But with that out of the way, on to your questions. Now, I decided to just do 10 questions this time, just so I can hopefully get this video out to you sooner. I think that's the way I'll probably do it from now on, rather than trying to answer 18 questions, or 19 questions, or 20 questions, etc. So, our first question comes from Neil Sharp. Neil asks, if you had a dino mode like the Rescue Bots and Optimus Prime, which dinosaur would you choose to scan? Thanks, Neil. That's a good question. Maybe I could be a velociraptor like Slash. That way I could be a clever girl too. Or maybe I could scan a flying dinosaur like Blades. That would be fun. Why not both? I'll say that I'd choose one of those microraptors. It may not be to scale, since I'm a big bot and microraptors are, well, small like their name implies, but they are pretty. And if we can have giant insect robots, why not a giant microraptor robot? Our next question comes from Sweet Red Ranger, who asks, would you ever do a top 10 or top 5 list of the cutest Transformers characters? Thanks, Sweet Red Ranger. That's a great question. I'm surprised that I haven't done that myself. What with all the times that I say, "Aw, so cute," in my videos. I will definitely have to do that one. But should I spoil some of them right now? Obviously, I think Blades would probably be near the top of my list. He's just so adorable. I love him. Whirl would probably be on that list too, because she's so cute. As to who else, well, I would have to think about it and get back to you when I eventually do a cutest Transformers top 10. I think as your self-proclaimed Queen of Cute, I really should make sure that I nail that one. Our next question comes from FJ Gaming, who asks, what male Transformer would you like to be gender swapped? P.S. I don't care if you have a gender or not, I still support you and you're one awesome person. Till all are one. Aww, thank you so much, FJ Gaming. I like this question, not just because of the whole gender swap component, because come on, who doesn't love a fun gender swap? But I think this would add a really interesting spin to the war between the Autobots and Decepticons, because I would gender swap either Optimus Prime or Megatron, or, why not both? That would be really fun. But let's keep it focused here. How much would it change the dynamic between Optimus Prime and Megatron if one of them were a girl? I'd like to think that it would be kind of like Optimus and Black Arachnia from Transformers Animated. But imagine if Black Arachnia was the leader of the Decepticons. Honestly, I think Megatron could get away with a lot more schemes if he was a girl. Just imagine Megatron flirting with Optimus while the Decepticons are stealing Energon in the background. Or what if it were the reverse? Would girl Optimus have the same effect on boy Megatron? I can just imagine Megatron in his base trying to think up schemes to not only further the Decepticon cause, but also try to impress and win over girl Optimus Prime. Of course, that doesn't mean that Optimus and Megatron have to be different genders to have a romantic component in a Transformers series, but I don't know if the world can handle a female Optimus or Megatron in a cartoon, let alone both, or them being in love with each other. As much as I would love to see that, I don't think the universe can contain that much sapphic energy. Next up, we have a question from Moonstar the Peacekeeper, and she asks, hi Ultra, I've got a question that's been buzzing around in my mind lately. If your OC, Ultra Primal, was in the Transformers Victory universe, which side would she be on? Starsaber's team or Deathsaurus's team? Thank you for your question, Moonstar. I can see why you might think that my OC could be on either side in Victory. On the one hand, she's a Titan Master, which is kind of like a Brain Master, sort of, and they're all Autobots. But she's also a Breast Master too, and they're all Decepticons. Now, my first reaction would be to say that she'd be on Starsaber's team. After all, they're the good guys, and she's a good girl, so she would likely want to help them. But then I was thinking, a lot, if not all the Decepticons in Victory are pretty cute. And honestly, I think their biggest problem is Deathsaurus himself. He is very cruel and mean. Some of the other Decepticons aren't actually that bad. Some are even honorable. It's Deathsaurus who's the problem. So instead of joining the Autobots, I think my OC would make a play to take over the Decepticons instead. once she takes out that Saurus, she'd turn him over to the Autobots and establish a peace treaty. From there, she would teach the bad boys to be good, or else. But I think the Decepticons would be much happier and nicer under her rule. Now, whether she would use Desaurus' living metal destroying cannon, I don't know. But there is something to be said about a giant cannon that plugs into your crotch. Speaking of which, we have a question from Tiago Perez Venero, who asks, sometimes you tell a character in an episode to keep it family friendly, but a lot of the time you don't keep it family friendly when you say something sus. Why is that? Hey look, it's Big Fire and IC. No, but seriously, I do like to make a few risque jokes from time to time. Sometimes I may have pushed it a little too far. Primus knows there are countless jokes that I've cut since then for that same reason. But yes, since I know a lot of my demographic tends to skew younger, I do try to dial back the naughty humor, and certainly not so explicit. But yeah, I like to poke fun at characters when they say something that's not so family friendly, whether intended or not. Even if, by pointing it out, it makes my video a little more spicy. Our next question comes from Coolify Gaming, who asks, where did you get a kryptonite lantern? Or for that matter, where did you get kryptonite period? Thank you for your question, Coolify Gaming. Kryptonite lantern? Oh, you must mean the Zell Quartz. Yes, this little adornment is actually the Zell Quartz from the Japanese exclusive PS2 game, Transformers Tatakai Call of the Future, which I played through here on the channel a ways back. Don't worry, the Zell Quartz has been rendered completely harmless. And I can see why you might have thought that it was kryptonite. There are actually a number of Easter eggs in this end screen. See if you can identify all of them. I'd say that there are at least 15 of them. Next up, we have a question from Transform and Go Bricks, who asks, hey Ultra, have you known Protoman since childhood? Or did you two meet when you started doing your own channel? Thank you for your question. Actually, neither. I kind of knew Protoman on the boards, but I don't think we really met until BotCon 2008. Although I think that was only briefly. I'd say that it was probably the following TFCon after he started doing Canadian Slag, where we actually became friends. But yeah, Protoman is a good guy. We've been roomies at countless BotCons together since then. I am really looking forward to when this whole thing is over and it's safe for everyone to get together again. Then I can finally drive up to Montreal and hang out with him again. There's so much that we've talked about doing together once we can. Going go-karting, going to an arcade, going to a wrestling show, going to a hockey game, getting a real Montreal-style poutine, Montreal-style bagels, all that kind of stuff. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll make a video about it when I eventually do it. It'll be like Abroad in Japan, but a primal in Montreal. Our next question comes from Dinobot Maximize, who asks, can you do Transformers Scramble City before reviewing Transformers the movie? Its story is set somewhere between G1 Season 2 and the movie. Thank you for your question, Dinobot Maximize. You know what? That's a good idea. I think I will review Scramble City between Season 2 and the movie. Thank you for your suggestion. Next up, we have a question from Jaco Fett, who asks, do you have a repainted Titans Return 6 shot to look like your OC? Thank you for your question, Jaco Fett. I don't yet. I do have an extra Titans Return 6 shot that I was planning to repaint myself, but I just haven't had the time. So I'm planning to get a friend and fellow TFCon staff member to do it for me. Which reminds me, I really need to order some of those hand upgrades if I want her to be able to pose and do expressions. And our final question comes from Tyzilla, who asks, what is your favorite boy Transformers ship? Thank you for your question, Tyzilla. A boy Transformer ship. Let's just keep it to the official ships because, let's face it, you could throw a rock and hit a fan cannon gay couple in Transformers. As far as official ones go, I'd have to say Knockout and Breakdown. They are so cute together, and they complement each other so well. They make such an adorable couple. I even bought this super cute piece of fan art of the two of them together at TFCon a few weeks ago. Sorry, I don't know the name of the artist. I wish she would have given me her card or something. Oh, my video! I shot some video at TFCon, mainly the dealer's room and artist alley. And yep, there she is. I'm assuming she uses female pronouns. Sorry if I'm incorrect. But this art, along with the super amazing Sailor Moon, Magical Girl style RC, and Elita One's crew prints that I also picked up, are from CorporealBox, whose Twitter and Instagram will be linked either on screen now or in the description below. Also, while you're at it, check out her tablemate, MsFaeireArts. Emperor Kumquat and I were shopping at your table. And I wish I picked up more stuff from both of you. All of your stuff is so cute. Aww. I wish I would have picked up that Jetfire and Starscream keychain. And maybe a button or two. Oh well. Maybe I'll see you both at a future TFCon. Wait, what was I talking about? Oh, right. How cute and gay Knockout and Breakdown are. I love them. They are adorable. I really hope that they both show up in a future Transformers cartoon, and that one of them doesn't get killed off. Of course, there's lots of other ships I could probably name, but haven't I done 2 or 3 videos on that already? Which reminds me, I really need to think of something to do for the next Valentine's Day video. If you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, so that's it for this 18K subscriber special. As always, give me your questions for my next subscriber special in the comments down below. And don't forget to use the hashtag AskUltra19K. Also, let me know what kind of Patreon and membership exclusives you'd like to see. And finally, look forward to my new bi-weekly schedule, if I haven't started it already, depending on when this video comes out. And I'll see you back here for more fun Transformers videos in the near future.